Hello, dear listeners. This is your favorite storyteller and hopeless romantic, Gwen Fairfax. You are welcome to my creative heaven where I bring you the best of my imagination, take your mind away from the troubles of the world, and tame your heart with fiction, romance, and drama. This is your first time stopping on this safe space, you are most welcome. I promise that you will love it here. But if you are an oldie but goodie, thank you for your continuous support and love. You are loved and appreciated. Please like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Buckle your seatbelts as we take a ride on another amazing episode of your favorite story, Unappreciated Treasure. Enjoy. Hank had called Chelsy to find out how she was feeling that morning. Chelsy thanked him for everything he had done on her birthday. He told Chelsy if she wanted to thank him, let her go on a date with him. His fingers were crossed in anticipation as Chelsy took long to answer. "Chelsy, did you hear what I said?" Hank asked as it took Chelsy a while to respond. Chelsy cleared her throat and replied, "Oh, Hank, sorry about that. Yes, next Friday is good." When Chelsy said this, Hank's joy knew no bounds. He kept grinning like a Cheshire cat who just discovered a secret stash of catnip, utterly lost in his own funny world. He let out a heavy breath he didn't even know he had been holding. "Thank you so much, Chelsy. It is a date then. See you next Friday. Good night, little fairy." He spoke and ended the call. Chelsy returned to the movie she was watching. She held the white Aurora fairy plushie Hank had given her as a birthday gift. She couldn't erase the smile that was plastered on her face. Meanwhile, back at Hank's penthouse after the call with Chelsy, he had taken out his phone and was looking at Chelsy's picture he had secretly taken while she slept in his arms. He couldn't help but smile. "Oh, Chelsy Powers, what are you doing to me?" He gave one last glance at the picture and walked into his bedroom. Back at Grandma Julia's house later that evening, Daniel and Hank had gone over for dinner. "Hey, Nana." Hank walked over to where Grandma Julia was sitting. He bent down and gave a gentle kiss to her cheek. "Hey, my Hanky. I have missed you so much, my boy. How was your trip? Hope everything went well," Grandma Julia asked, with a radiant smile emerging from her face. "Everything went well, Nana. I have missed you more," Hank responded with his ocean-deep blue eyes full of love for her. He sat down on the couch by her side. "Hey, you dollop head. Have you given me a hug?" Grandma Julia asked Daniel, who was already sitting down opposite them. "Come on, Nana. Don't call me that. I saw you just like 3 hours ago, didn't I? I have given you so many hugs and kisses already. Do you want more?" Daniel asked. Grandma Julia had always called Daniel Dollop Head whenever she was unhappy with him, and Daniel hated the name. "You, this little brat. You are just so unromantic. I don't know how you were able to woo Laura with this nonchalant attitude of yours. You are so boring," Grandma Julia said with a smirk on her face. Daniel just rolled his eyes and replied with a little smile on the corners of his lips. "Come on, Nana Julia. I am the most romantic guy that ever liveth. So don't judge a book by its cover." He winked at his grandma. "Talking of Laura, when is she coming back from Spain? Isn't she done with filming already?" Grandma Julia asked. Laura Mendez was Daniel's girlfriend. They had been dating for almost 3 years. She is an international model and actress. All this while, she has been in Spain for almost 6 months filming a TV series which is being promoted by Gravel Productions, an entertainment company owned by Daniel's business partner. Grandma Julia really loves Laura because she is very humble and loves her grandson so much. Daniel cleared his throat and replied, "Nana Julia, they are almost done with filming. She will be back in 2 weeks' time. I am sure you will get to see your dearest Lanita." Grandma Julia just looked at Daniel with a smirk and responded, "Make sure you bring her home to see me. I guess it is time you two settled down." Daniel just rolled his eyes and replied, "Nana, I guess you should say that to your dearest Hanky. He has finally found his mountain fairy. And you wouldn't believe who she is, Nana." Grandma Julia turned to Hank with her eyes glistening with excitement and asked, "Hanky, is it true what Daniel has just said?" Hank just looked at Faniel with a dead stare. A stare that said, "I will teach you a lesson after this." He just shook his hair and said, "Daniel, why does your mouth keep running like a broken faucet? You just had to open that loud mouth of yours, didn't you?" Daniel sat down and acted as though Hank wasn't talking to him. Hank turned towards his grandmother and gave a gentle smile. "Yes, Nana. I finally found her. She is truly amazing and I am sure you would love her." "Listen, Nana. Hank hasn't even asked her out yet. Keeps wasting time. If he doesn't make hay while the sun is still shining, someone else will steal her away." Daniel gave Hank a wink and continued talking to his grandmother. "And you know what, Nana, you remember the scarf I got for you sometime last year, right? The one you love so much. She is the same young lady who helped me in getting it and the same girl I have been talking about. Talk about fate. And to think she works in my company. What are the odds?" When Grandma Julia heard what Daniel had said, she exclaimed with eyes full of happiness. "Really?" She smiled and turned towards Hank and took his big hands into her tiny fragile hands. "My child, I know what you have been through when it comes to love. I know what that girl Alexandra did to you. But you have to forget all that bad experience and move on." When Hank heard the name Alexandra, his countenance changed. His eyebrows were scrunched together as his forehead creased and his nostrils flared. His anger was like a raging fire around a pile of dry leaves whenever anyone spoke of Alexandra. He spoke through clenched teeth. "Nana, I have told you never to mention that name ever again." Hank was fuming like a hot teapot. The name Alexandra was like a taboo in Hank's ears. The name was like a forbidden word never to be spoken in the Fitzwilliam household. Who was this Alexandra and why was she being treated like a plague? Alexandra White was Hank's first love, and the lady Hank had loved with every fiber in him. She was the very essence of his existence. They had met at the University of Oxford. Hank was in his first year studying business administration, while Alexandra was in her first year as a student in fashion and design. While Hank was at the university's library studying, a shy and very beautiful Alexandra had walked up to him. "Hi. Please, is this space free? Every seat in the library seems occupied and this looks like the only empty seat." Alexandra pointed at the empty seat next to Hank. Hank, who was more focused on his studies, was never seen associating with many people. Alexandra's calm demeanor had captured his attention. "No. I mean, yes. The seat is empty," Hank replied as he stuttered on his words. Alexandra said thank you and sat down. "I am Alexandra, but you can call me Lexi." Hank extended his hand and shook Alexandra's. "I am Henry, but you can call me Hank." They became friends and started hanging out. They later on fell head over heels in love with each other. Hank knew Alexandra was definitely going to be his wife. They had dated for 3 years, and he proposed after their graduation. They were happy that they were going to get married. When the Fitzwilliam Group, which was under Hank's father then, filed for bankruptcy, Alexandra's attitude towards Hank changed. 2 weeks to their wedding, Alexandra disappeared into thin air without a trace. She was nowhere to be found. Coupled with Hank's family struggling with the collapse of their business, Hank had to deal with looking for his missing fiancée. Hank searched everywhere and used all the resources available to look for Alexandra, but he was fruitless. 5 months later, Hank found out that Alexandra had moved to the United States and was married to a wealthy man. This broke Hank's heart into a million pieces. He cried day and night for a long time after the woman he had loved with everything in him had betrayed him. Since then, Hank changed and became so distant. He became a beast and focused all his anger, frustration, and energy on building Fitzwilliam Group. He He disassociated himself with society and never let any woman get close to him. He visualized love as a weakness. After that incident with Alexandra, no woman had caught his attention or triggered his emotions until Chelsy came into his life and melted his icy heart. Grandma Julia gently squeezed Hank's hand and said, "Listen, dear child. If you don't let go of your past, you will never move forward. You have to forget everything about your past with Alexandra in order to build a better future with your mountain fairy. You can't carry such a burden into a new relationship. It won't be fair to that poor girl. If you really want a relationship with your mountain fairy, you have to learn how to let go of all the pain and anger in your heart. Remember, first love is not always the best love." Hank took a deep breath, and all the anger that had built up inside of him vanished after what Grandma Julia had said. He realized that what his grandmother had actually said was the truth. He could not shut others out because of someone who didn't deserve his love. He wasn't ready to lose Chelsy. Heaven had given him a second shot at love, and he would do anything and whatever it takes to ensure he won her heart. He scooched over and gave Grandma Julia a hug. "Thank you so much, Nana." Grandma Julia just rubbed his back gently. "My dearest Hanky, remember you have always got us, Daniel and me." Hank gave a little smile and replied, "I know, Nana." The weekend was over, and it was a new week at Maximilian Holdings. Everyone was super busy as the day for the robotics summit was fast approaching. The new public relations head was so strict and didn't condone laziness. Chelsy and her team were constantly on their computers and toes, ensuring that everything was perfect. Chelsy hadn't had the time to check her phone. She even missed lunch because of the load of work she had. When she got home, she was so exhausted. She took a shower and ordered takeout for dinner. After eating, she decided to check her phone. She realized that Hank had tried calling her twice and even left a message on WhatsApp. She opened the message and it read, "Hey Chelsy, hope you are okay. I have tried reaching you to no avail. Please let me know when you get off work." Chelsy felt her heart flutter after reading the message. She dialed Hank's number and patiently waited for him to pick it up. When the call finally connected, Hank answered with his usual sweet husky voice. "Finally, she has returned my call. How was your day, Miss Fairy?" Chelsy gave a little chuckle. "Hey, Hank. I am so sorry I didn't get to answer your call earlier today. It's been a rough day. As the day for our company's grand event is approaching, a lot is expected of us." "So how was your day?" Chelsy asked. Hank said everything was okay. "It was okay, but for the fact that I didn't get to talk to you. I have missed you." When Chelsy heard this, she was speechless. She didn't know how to respond. After some seconds passed, Hank asked, "Little fairy, are you there?" Chelsy stuttered and said, Yes. I am sorry, Hank. Just that I am so exhausted and can hardly keep my eyes open." Hank said, "Okay then. You need to get some rest. I will talk to you tomorrow then." They both bid each other good night and the call ended. The week quickly came to an end and it was Friday, the day Chelsy and Hank had to go on their date. That afternoon, Hank had sent Chelsy a message. "Hey Chelsy, I will be picking you up by 7 p.m. See you then." Chelsy got home and took a quick shower. She didn't know what to wear for the date. "Oh gosh, what should I wear? I don't even know where we are going to. What if he takes me to another fancy place like the last time and I am underdressed?" Chelsy stood in front of her wardrobe contemplating what to wear. Her eyes fell on a black faux leather leggings. Since the weather was already getting colder as they approached autumn, she decided to pair the leggings with a black turtleneck cardigan and a blue overcoat. Chelsy was great at mixing and matching her outfits. She let her jet black curly hair fall on her back. She didn't have any makeup on, but she was breathtakingly beautiful. At exactly 7 p.m., Hank sent her a text message saying he was waiting for her downstairs. Chelsy picked up her purse and stepped out of her apartment. Hank was leaning against his car. It was different from the Rolls-Royce he was always seen riding in. This time around, it was a Bugatti La Voiture Noire, another very luxurious car. He was wearing a blue denim trousers, a white t-shirt, and a color block zipper-up hooded plush jacket. His hair was neatly styled, and he had his oval gold-rimmed glasses on. He looked like a drawing out of this world. His outfit was more casual, different from his usual style, which was his signature dark gray suit. This outfit made him more approachable and less aloof. Chelsy couldn't help but stare at him. How could a single person be this fine? Chelsy thought to herself as she stood there lost in his finesse. Handsome enough? Hank teased as he caught Chelsy gawking. This startled Chelsy as it brought her back to reality. Chelsy was so embarrassed and wished the ground could just open up and swallow her completely. In order to reduce how embarrassed she was, she decided to make a joke out of the whole situation. She cleared her throat and replied, "Well, maybe you will have to work harder to impress me." They both let out gentle laughter as Hank opened the passenger door for her. Chelsy smiled and thanked him. He walked over to the other side and entered the driver's seat. "Where is Asher? Isn't he here to drive us to our destination?" Chelsy asked while looking around to see if Asher was lurking around. Hank just gave a warm smile and replied, "No, he isn't coming with us today. Don't worry, I am a great driver. You are safe with me. By the way, you look so beautiful today," he complimented. Chelsy responded shyly, "Thank you, Hank." Hank had something to tell Chelsy and had wanted their date to be special, so he didn't want Asher third-wheeling with them. They drove to the special kebab spot. When they alighted from the car, Chelsy's eyes glistened with excitement. "Is this where we are having our date?" she asked with excitement emanating from her face. When Hank saw this, he just smiled and nodded. "I have been craving this kebab for some time now. I just can't wait to have some." Hank took Chelsy's hand in his, and they walked to the corner where he and Daniel usually sat. This sent electric wave shocks through Chelsy's entire body. Hank's hand was warm, soft, comforting at the same time protective. Though it sent shockwaves through her entire body, this harmless gesture gave Chelsy calm. Her hand just felt right in his. Felt like home, it felt like she was complete. Chelsy tightened her grip on Hank's hand, and this brought a smile to his face. The spot they had to sit in was in a little hidden corner, but it had a view of the whole alley. "Wow, this position is so amazing. I can see the whole street from here," Chelsy blurted out. "Do you like it?" Hank asked as he pulled out a chair for her to sit down. Chelsy, who was in awe, responded, "Did you just say like?" "I love it, Hank." Why did Hank bring Chelsy to their special kebab place? And what is it that he wants to tell Chelsy? To know what happens next in the story, keep listening to Unappreciated Treasure as a new episode will be coming soon. Thank you and toodles.